Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Catching Up with JB. I got the extreme honor to have Topeka's own, now kind of a Lawrence kid, T-Bird, Tyrell Reed on the show. Tyrell, welcome to the show.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
So, Tyrell, you born in Topeka. You went to Topeka West your first 2.5 years of high school. Then you went to Highland Park for your junior year, where you kind of got to Highland Park. You kind of broke out and just started dominating at the running back position. And then you end up after Highland Park, you would go to Lawrence for your senior year. Kind of take me through why did you go from West to Highland Park to Lawrence?
Uh, really, I didn't. I thought I was gonna be at West all my whole 4 years for high school, but situations happen, and me and my family decided it was best for me to, transfer during my junior year, during the season of the junior year, to Holland Park for just a new slate. I mean, I already had Trey Rich over there, so it was already a connection over there, and plus most of my whole family went to Holland Park, so it was just a quick little move. Got in there my first day actually going there. We played against Emporia. I played against Emporia like 2 weeks before that, so it was kind of like I don't know how you explain it, but it was kind of funny
It
when I
was
got
like,
there.
hey, they couldn't stop me the first time. They definitely ain't stopping me this time.
Yeah, yeah. I already had them figured out. So it was just a smooth transition. And then to Lawrence, that was even another like level of just trying to find a way, because just being in Topeka, I feel like we don't have them outlets for just football or sport. It just a lot of people we have people that can play, but we're not like the recruiting is just not there. And that's not the only reason why I left from Topeka. I left because like my mom, she was working down around this area, so we decided it was the best decision for us to go to Lawrence. So
So you end up going to Lawrence where you would play for longtime college assistant Clint Bowen. Clint was at KU for a long time, played at KU. He's from Lawrence. He played at KU, coached at KU, was an interim head coach at one point at KU. He's just this Lawrence guy. What was it like for you to get to play for Clint Bowen?
it was really an honor because I knew he was, this coach from KU. It was actually like his second season. Me coming there, that was his second season coaching high school. The first year they uh, went to the semifinals. Lawrence High did when they played against Derby, but they didn't. It didn't go how it was supposed to go. But I was really excited to play for him. So it was just really fun because him having that college background can help me get to the next level. I felt like him
Yes.
being at KU for a long time really helped step my game up. Because once I got there, I started knowing protections more. I started knowing more about how offenses is, how what different runs were. So it's just really an honor, and I'm really thankful for meeting Coach Bowen and his staff, and them just teaching me the game even more than what Topeka did.
Because you boomed at Lawrence. 158 carries, 1,200 yards, 23 touchdowns. Like you had a big senior year in Lawrence for Coach Bowen and them. You kind of hit it on the head just now. But what do you think that college coaching experience did for you to get you ready for your transition to go to college?
It really helped a lot because like once I got to Hutch, they had the same type of terminology as Lawrence High, so we were already running college level stuff at the high school level. So it was just a smooth transition as soon as I got to Hutch. So all the words and all the play calling and everything really like was there as soon as I got to Hutchinson. But before I got to Hutchinson, I was on the phone with my coach every day, just learning the playbook. And the playbook was quick because the stuff that Coach Bourne and his staff has taught me. So it really helped out a lot.
So you were also a track star in high school. Did you ever consider track over football?
There was a time I was considering because I started getting looks from like Nebraska and Oregon for track, but football has always been my first love. So I wanted to play football, and I felt like track did help me with my football career because without track, I wouldn't have the speed that I got today, which is elite speed. So track has definitely helped me.
So you placed state all 3 years in track. You took third, sixth, and third. You broke the 100-meter record at Highland Park your junior year with a 10.46. And then you broke it the following year at Lawrence High with a 10.47. What did that mean to you, just be able to transition from football over to track and just knowing I'm faster than these dudes? But then you go to the state tournament where you go to Wichita and you're like, everybody's the same speed.
Yeah, it was just really, it was like because me growing up, I was running track, local track in Topeka with Coach Aaron Gardner. So running with him really helped me to where I was in high school. So it was just a smooth transition because before high school, after football season, we was on the track. We was on the track late winter, early spring, just getting after it. So going into high school, it was just a smooth transition like that as well. When I started running the times I was running, I was kind of shocked because I ain't never ran them times before. But I feel like track has definitely put me on the map as far as my speed and run the 40, run the 100 meter dash. And
So the 100, that's like the fastest people at the track event. They run the 100, right?
mm-hmm. In the
That's
200 too, but
200. That's
mm-hmm.
just a straight dash down the straightaway. Whoever gets to the finish line first.
Yeah.
Yeah. You chose to go to Hutch out of high school. What was your other options and why Hutch?
I had I had one Division I offer out of high
Who was
school.
that?
It was South Dakota. I had them. So I had South Dakota, but I felt like I was a Power 5 type of running back. So I felt like I had to go to Hutchinson to prove that, to show that I was that type of caliber type of running back. So choosing Hutch was really easy because Hutch is the number one JUCO in the nation at the
Mm-hmm.
time. So I'm like, I can go there and it's gonna help me to get to
Well,
where I want to go.
right. And also Hutch, like you said, number one at the time. But every year they're either one loss, they're either undefeated, they're always in that battle. They're in the top two of the Jayhawk, or they're always competing to go to that playoff postseason to win a chance for a national championship. Like, and not just that, but Hutch as a whole, they support the college
Yeah, for
and
sure.
they support all sports. So when you get that kind of support at the JUCO level, it's easier to get good recruits in to go and compete and be that good.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, like really just the community really helped there and just like the training facilities, our football facility, it was really top notch. And for me to be successful, I was already treating that like Division I every day. So like when I get up in the morning, I'll go straight to my classes. After my classes, I did my little study hall, got all my work done, and it was football mode after that. So I was either in the training room stretching, trying to get my mobility going, or I was in the facility just trying to go over plays and
And
film.
that's kind of where playing for Clint Bowen at Lawrence helped you because he can kind of get your mindset ready for what college is going to be like. Just because he's been there. He's done it. He's coached at it. He's played at it. Like he can tell you, hey, this is what to expect.
Yeah,
This is how it's going to be.
for sure. Yeah, Coach Bowen. Yeah, he definitely really helped. Like before every practice, we was in the film room. We had offense. It was an offensive film room and a defensive film room. Then we'll break off into skills, big skills, and then the big boys, the O-line. So it was really getting us prepared for what we're going to go through in college. So I thank him for that.
You had a big season at Hutch this year. You were only your first year at Hutch. You were a freshman, true freshman. You had 132 rushes, 833 yards, 13 touchdowns, and you averaged 75.7 yards a game. How do you think your game transitioned so well to the JUCO level this year?
It transitioned really great because, I mean, Coach Cross, my running back coach at Hutchinson, shout out to him. He put me in the position to be successful, even though I didn't start because I only started 2 games. He put me in positions just on different runs to get me out in space because of my speed. I was running outside, and of course, I can run through the middle. So he really helped me to be successful during my Hutchinson time. So just whenever I got the ball and whatever opportunity I got, I took advantage of it.
You had 4 touchdowns on 10 carries and 115 yards against Dodge City. And then you had a really big game against, which would probably be Hutch's biggest rival, Butler. You had 22 carries, 3 touchdowns, 123 yards. What can you remember about that Butler game? Was it just your day?
Really, that game it was kind of tricky. We had five or four. We had 4 running backs in, but everybody got hurt, so I had to take over. So and plus it was a big game for me.
2 carries.
Yeah, it was a big game for me because they all got hurt, so I had to, step up as a freshman. There's a lot going on my head. Like, dang, it's just only me. So I had to put the team on my back and just do what I had to do. Especially in a big game like that, I just came there ready to compete, and I didn't really let the rival get over my head. I just wanted to go out there and do what I love, play ball.
You had 4 100-yard games this year, and you rushed for a team high 833 yards. You had the 8th most rushing yards in the nation. So we're going to go right there. You had the 8th most rushing yards in the nation for JUCO, and you were only a freshman. What did that mean to you, that there was only 7 other dudes that had more rushing yards than you?
I mean, I'm not the type to look at the stats or anything, but it felt good because especially being a freshman, and then at Hutch it's a running back by committee, which how it was. I wasn't the starting guy. We all ate. It felt good because I still was doing what I had to do, and I was one of the top in the nation. But I'm really not a stat guy. I just go out there and do what I do.
I got you. And then your 13 TDs were the 2nd most in the nation. So that's a pretty good accomplishment just for your first year of college ball. And you're playing in what many say is the toughest JUCO conference in the country, in the Jayhawk.
Right.
You were named 2nd team NJCAA All-American team. What did that mean anything special to you to be named 2nd team All-American?
I didn't think I was gonna get that. I was shocked. It was like, dang, I'm an All-American now. I know what that truly meant until I got that award. So I never really was into, like I said, I never was really into the stats, but it was really an honor to get that award. Especially like I said about Hutch. Like every other team, they probably had one running back who was running the ball every game, probably getting 20 to 30 carries a game. We're getting like 10 to 15, so we maximize our opportunities every time we was on the field. So it was really an honor just to get that award.
So you helped lead Hutch to the NJCAA playoffs this season. You guys were 10-0, and you guys end up losing to East Mississippi Community College, which everybody knows who East Mississippi is. You know, they're this JUCO power. You guys lost to them 27-23. You had 20 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown. What did it mean to you to play in the postseason as a freshman? And yeah, just kind of go from there.
Uh, for one, it was like it was crazy because growing up watching Last Chance U, Coach Buddy and his crew, it's like, dang, I'm playing against somebody I used to watch on Netflix. Like I admire, just watching them. Like, dang, it was JUCO. I was never really thinking JUCO at the time, but it was something I really enjoyed. So it felt great just playing against them. They had a game plan to stop me, but as you can see in the stats, I executed what I had to do. So it was just an honor, and also playing on ESPN for the first time. So everybody throughout the nation got to watch me and just see how we did. And even though we didn't come out with the victory, it was a great opportunity to be on national television.
So the NJCAA playoffs, that's 4 teams, correct?
Mm-hmm.
1 through 4, and
Yeah,
then those 2 games play each other for the title, right?
yeah,
So I mean, it's pretty incredible just to be one of the Final Four. But I mean, just Hutch in general. Hutch had a heck of a year. They've been on a run this year. You guys were undefeated, end up finishing in the Final Four. The girls basketball team just went undefeated, won the national title. The men's basketball team made it to the national tournament. Like everybody at the school is winning and getting there and getting jobs done.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, from us, from football to basketball. The crazy thing about it is Topeka kids. It's the Topeka kids that actually doing it. Kiki, she's from Topeka as well. She got, national, all American, the same stuff I got, but they wanted to go. They got the chip, so that makes them even more.
You, Trey, Kiki, Topeka strong. You guys all went down to Hutch, and you guys weren't just another player on the roster. You guys were the stars of the team. Like, you guys actually performed at a high level for your team.
Yeah, they probably look at Kansas like we not, we don't play ball, but we actually put on for the city. So I'm just glad to really do that. Just put on for Topeka, of course, Lawrence too. So just happy for that.
You were named first team All Jayhawk offense team at running back. That's a pretty good honor just because like I said, the Jayhawk conference might be, many say, the best conference for football in JUCO. The toughest. I mean, you guys got there's Butler, there's Garden City's usually good, Fort Scott's usually tough, Independence, Coffeyville. Like, there's no really easy game. Highland's not terrible, but there's no easy game for you guys because you're getting everybody's best game.
Right. I was gonna say that. Yeah. Yeah,
But
Hutch, we get everybody's best game. Just, I mean, Highland did decent this year. In the past, people say they weren't as good, but Highland definitely stepped up this year. Garden City as well, Butler, everybody. We gonna get their best game every time, and that's what our coaches was always preaching to us. So we had to just come with it every game.
so your recruiting this past season never quite took off like you had hoped it would. Did that frustrate you at all?
What'd you say?
I said your recruiting this past season never took off like you had hoped it would. Did that frustrate you at all?
Um, a little bit, but I had a good support system behind me, just telling me to just stay patient, and I did. And then opportunities came up, and I'm at Arkansas, so it was really tough, especially coming towards the end because just being in JUCO, you can see how really tough how hard it is to get out, especially at the running back position. It's really hard to get out because we're getting devalued from college to the league. So it's really an honor for Arkansas to come get me instead of going to get somebody from the portal or somebody from Division One, and also coming to get me because I'm a guy from Kansas. Like out of every state there is, they came and got me. From a kid from Topeka, Kansas, they came and got me. So I appreciate that.
So now that you said that, did KU or K-State ever recruit you?
They recruited me, but not as much as I would wanted them to do. So I can't control that, but it is what it is.
K-State was recruiting you out of high school, correct?
Yeah, well, both was really, recruiting me here and there, but it just didn't.
It didn't feel like they were all in on you.
Yeah.
I got you. So you just announced you signed with Arkansas University, as we see by your shirt. Why Arkansas?
Arkansas, just the state, and then in the family, like they have a family tradition there. As soon as we step there, going into my visits, they treated my family like their family. So, and also just being in the backyard of Kansas, you can see as on the shirt, Arkansas, Kansas, is right there in the backyard. So not Little Rock though, Fayetteville. So Fayetteville's 4 hours away. So it just was like right there close to home. So everybody in Kansas can, put on that red and white for a weekend. Just come support.
You can just tape off the AR and it just says Kansas, like you said.
Right.
Who did you pick Arkansas over?
I picked Arkansas over a couple like mid-majors and group of 5 schools like East Carolina. Who else I had? Temple.
Yeah, Temple was recruiting you pretty heavy, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. It was during the winter. Yeah, they wanted me to commit like in the winter and be there in the winter, but I felt like God had more plans for me because
I got you.
All the recruiting really took off like late. Like even when Arkansas came through, more schools, more Power 5 started coming.
And it's just like I kind of mentioned how you, like I said, your recruiting this past year didn't take off like you wanted to, but you stayed patient. You stayed grounded. You were willing to go back to Hutch for this coming season and wait for more offers to come in. Like you weren't going to just rush and say, I'm going to go take this offer because this is my best offer. But you sit there and you waited. And then Arkansas came and then you're like, okay, this is what I've been waiting on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I stayed patient because like I was going to like you said, I was going to go back another season to see what I could get because I felt like if I go back another season, all the offers I ever wanted, I can go get. Like me and my coaches, we talked about going back or staying before Arkansas pulled the trigger. And I felt like, I wanted to stay, but if a big school like Arkansas or somebody came, I was going to leave because I thought about just stuff like eligibility coming in handy because going to Arkansas with 3 years is great because I can go there and play, or I still have a red shirt because I haven't red shirted. So going there with 3 years is like really a good thing.
And like you just said, your red shirt, so you're going there with 3, technically 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if you red shirt, it's not a bad thing. I mean, It's not a bad thing to get red shirted at a D1 because you can get bigger, stronger, and faster, and all that stuff.
Right.
So according to 24/7 Sports, Tyrell Reed is a 3-star prospect and the number 132 overall junior college prospect in the nation for the class of 2024. You're also the 4th ranked running back and 33rd overall JUCO recruit in the state of Kansas. What is that? What does any of those numbers mean to Tyrell Reed?
They don't really mean nothing. I feel like rankings don't really mean nothing until you go out there and step out in that field, because you could be a 3-star or you could be a 5-star and still not go perform.
Well, Aqib Talib was a 3-star. You know, he played at KU. Chris Harris played at KU. He was a 3-star. So, I mean, like you just said, stars don't mean nothing until you get on the field.
Right. And it's also about longevity too as well. You can have a good season, you know, your first 2 years, and then not be nothing and be downhill. So really just
nutrition, taking care of your body, stuff like that. So Coach Pittman, Sam Pittman down at Arkansas, your head coach, he has a lot of ties to Kansas. He played at Pitt State. He was an assistant at Pitt State and Hutch. He was also an assistant at KU. He was the Hutch head coach for 1 season. Did his strong Kansas ties help him land you?
I didn't really know that until I actually went on the visit and talked to him. Really just him helping me. I mean, he talked to me. He was like, me and you have a kind of like a same story, because we both from Kansas. Well, he coached at Hutchinson. And then, you know, he took it from level to level. And just him being, I feel like it kind of was that Kansas connection right there, because we got similar stories, just different paths.
He's had a long run of jobs in college. He has a lot of experience, and he's been the head coach at Arkansas for a while now. But he's had a long run coaching-wise. So he's definitely a veteran and a good leader. So we're going to get into this subject real quick. Arkansas just hired Bobby Petrino as their new offense coordinator. How important is that hire to you, with him having head coach experience and sending running backs to the league?
It's really important. Actually, Bobby and his staff was the ones who recruited me and came and got me. So
now that you say that, were they recruiting you before they got to Arkansas? Was Bobby recruiting you at Missouri State?
No, I don't know about that. I feel like they were, because the wide receiver coach at Arkansas, he was a running back coach at Missouri State, and I think he wanted me. But
it's kind of like they went from Missouri State to Arkansas, and it's like we want him. Like, we were looking at him there, we know this kid has game.
Mm-hmm. I really don't know what went on behind that, but I feel like they actually did want me, like, in the past, because it's just like teams are actually looking at you, and it's crazy that you don't know who's watching, and then they come to you. So it's like, that's crazy.
You just said it. You never know who's watching. So every time you step on the field, whether it's practice or a game, you got to give it 110% effort, because you don't know who's watching. You don't know who coach is going to send that practice film to. You don't know who's up in the stands saying, I want to watch Tyrell this game, but we're not going to talk to him after the game. I just want to see how he does. I want to watch him on the sideline. I don't want to watch him play. I don't want to see him get the ball. I want to watch what he does on the sideline. Like, and there's coaches that do that. You know, they want to see your character. They don't want to see you get the handoff. They can see that on film. They want to see your character on the sideline. What do you do after you fumble the ball? What do you do on the sideline? You know, you just fumbled it. Dude picked it up, scored a touchdown. What are you going to do when you get to the sideline? And it's crazy how many coaches actually do that.
Right. It really, I mean, football is about how it's about how you can play, but I feel like the person you are inside tells it all. Just if you're a good person, you want to see your teammates eat, then your performance is going to rise. If you selfish on the field, only caring about you, not really helping your teammates, uplift your teammates, then your performance is going to be mediocre. So I just feel like the person you are inside the heart really can help you up your game a little bit.
I got you. SEC football. People say the SEC is the toughest conference in football. What does it mean to you that you're now in the SEC?
It's, it's crazy because like growing up watching SEC football all the time, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas. I mean, but just watching SEC football is really like now I'm there is unreal because dang, it's like I feel like that's every kid's dream is to play in the SEC. Just going to that level because
Go ahead.
it's just going to that level because I feel like going SEC can help you get to that next level that you want to get to.
Well, it's crazy because when you watch like SEC games, you watch Georgia, Alabama, LSU. There's some of them teams that can hang with some NFL teams, just on how much talent is on the team. But I didn't have this question in my notes, but you're going to be putting on the same jersey as Darren McFadden. That's just one name that comes to when you think of Arkansas football. Darren McFadden is just one of those names you think of. What does it mean to you to be able to put that Arkansas jersey on after guys like Darren McFadden did it?
It's an honor. I mean, now I feel like I got something to work for. Just, his legacy. I feel like I can make my own legacy and probably do it the same amount he did or even more. Just competing every day and then seeing what goes through on my time there and then maybe being one of them, Darren McFadden, one of them top 10 backs that ever came out of Arkansas. So it's just really an honor just to put on this jersey and go show the world what I can do.
You got some big games this year. You guys play at Auburn and then at Mizzou. So your game at Mizzou will probably be a lot of local people that, big fans of you that will try to make that trip to Columbia. And then you got home games against Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, and Texas. How do you feel JUCO football got you ready for big-time college ball?
JUCO football got me ready because it started just on my first day. JUCO football got me ready. Just the mentality, just that having that dog in me really just helped because JUCO really pushed my buttons to help me be great and help me be successful. Like when facing adversity, I persevered every time. So just facing adversity and just the grind, at JUCO, we constantly grinding because we still trying to get out to go to like one of these big schools. So just having that mindset and just sticking with it and being consistent, getting to that level really just helped me because I feel like I can use them tools that I use at JUCO to use them here. And then the Division I level can help me sharpen them skills that I already have. So
how crowded is the running back room at Arkansas currently? And when do you go to Fayetteville to start preparing for the season?
Really the running back room isn't as crowded as, probably people on the social media and stuff probably think. I mean, we got 5 running backs. We got a senior, a junior, me, a redshirt sophomore, and a freshman. So it's really spread it out. So I feel like I got a chance to compete because there's 2 older guys and then who's going to be that 3. So I feel like I can go up there and just compete and then see what goes from there. And also, I'll leave, late May. So I'm getting ready to get out of here and start my journey. So I'm excited for it.
You're just ready to get on that practice field and have coaches yelling at you. Where did the nickname T-Bird come from?
Uh, my I always ask my mom that. Like, I always ask her like, where the name come from? She said it came from one of my cousins, this T Bird. So, but I learned that T Bird stands for Thunderbird too as well because the car back then, T Bird, the car. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's me. I'm that fancy car.
What are your goals going forward now that you are officially in the SEC?
Really, my goal is first just to get on that field, just whatever I can do, special teams, playing running back, just get on that field. My another goal is just to stay healthy, and then my third goal is just go out there and compete. Probably I want to be 1,000-yard rusher, of course, but I also want to go catch the ball at the backfield, score a couple receiving touchdowns, and then my last goal is just getting prepared for that NFL. So
And playing in the SEC, it's definitely going to get you prepared for the NFL, just because you know when you watch the NFL draft, there's a lot of SEC dudes that get drafted. There is a lot, just because it's the toughest conference in the country. Um, you're not the only Topeka kid going down to Arkansas. You got Danny. Is it Danny Saley
yeah,
from Topeka High? What does that mean to you? Just both of you guys going down there to Arkansas together.
feels good that we can put Topeka on the map even more because not
And
just me,
you're not all alone either.
right, not just me going. I got Danny coming with me, so if something goes wrong, Danny gonna be there. If something goes wrong on his end, I'm gonna be there for him. So we gonna stick together, especially coming from the same city. So
He went to Topeka High. You went to Highland Park. That's like a big rivalry. What does it mean to you coming from Topeka and now having the chance to put Topeka football on the map?
feels great because I feel like now I can inspire kids that's trying to go play football because Topeka really they really focus more on the basketball side, but I feel like just me going out there and doing what I do can inspire the city as a whole for the youth just to chase your dreams because there's not just one sport out there. There's multiple sports that you can go do, and just playing sports. We got a lot of violence in Topeka here and there, but I feel like just if the kids look up to me or look up to other athletes, like Bo or anybody else, just I feel like they can get out and then we don't have to worry about all that violence or anything. We're gonna start seeing more kids from Topeka start shining and seeing them on all these like national sports.
So, T Bird, you got the chance, going to Arkansas, playing in the SEC to make it to the NFL. Here lately, we've had a run of players come out of Topeka. You got Michael Wilhoit, went to Highland Park and then Washburn, played for the 49ers and the Seahawks. Ty Zitner went to Shawnee Heights and then to K-State. Now he's with the Tennessee Titans. You had Lamar Mady. He went to Topeka High, went to Butler, Youngstown State, played with the Raiders for 2 years. You got Corey Ballantyne. Ballantyne went to Shawnee Heights, Washburn. Now he's with the Packers. And then you got Colin Wilson right now, who went to Washburn. Now he just got done with the Broncos minicamp. What does it mean to you to kind of be that next guy? You got the chance to be the next guy to get to the league.
uh, that motivates me even more to go push and go do it. I feel like if them guys can do it, I can go do the same thing. Just seeing them, seeing like Corey on TV, that even motivated me too because like,
Oh,
dang,
and you got Tevin Jenkins. Went to Topeka
Seven.
High. Tevin starts for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I talked to Tevin. He gave me some words of encouragement, last year. So yeah, just them Topeka guys just like really motivated me to get to where I want to go. And then being in the league, I feel like I can see them and go meet them there at the top. So
And it's all about putting the tunnel vision and putting the blinders on and just staying focused on your mission. And when you got other people doing mistakes and stuff, you just, as long as you're staying straight, then you'll be good.
right, got to have that chip on my shoulder, especially just being from Topeka, Kansas, the capital. Wichita, they get that. A lot of people come out of there, but I feel like just being in Topeka, we got to go grind even more.
T-Bird, I appreciate you coming on my show tonight. Just seeing a kid from Topeka do what you did at Hutch this past year, and now going to Arkansas to play in the SEC, it's truly incredible, because you just don't see kids from Topeka get that respect very much for football wise, and to go to the SEC, like you don't see that very often. But congrats to you on going to Arkansas. And I can't wait to watch your next 3 or 4 years at Arkansas. Just depends if you get redshirted. but your next 3 or 4 years there. Hey, even if you do, man, there ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
There ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I can't wait to see what you do at Arkansas, man.
Right.
Appreciate and all your games are going to be on TV. So
yeah,
I guess Saturday. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck this coming season, and hopefully I can have you back on here down the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
You too.